What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this multi-time frame forecast. Before we get started, I want you guys to do one thing, and that's just like this video. Not only does it support us, but it gives everyone else the opportunity to see this video and potentially make some money as well. At the very minimum, learn how to better analyze the charts and just get a different perspective. That being said, once you guys have done that, let's get straight into it. So we're on the monthly time frame with pound Japanese yen. And we're going to be doing the same thing we do with all the other charts, and that's just going on to a line chart real quick and just quickly identifying just some potential trends for us to look at. And more importantly, for me, in my opinion, is just looking at relative areas of structure based where price is currently at or where it could be potentially going. So we're looking at critical peaks and critical valleys and relative peaks and relative valleys to where price is currently at or where it might be potentially headed. And then, as always, we kind of switch back to the candles, and we're trying to look for any type of particular patterns. Right now, I don't really see anything interesting. We haven't technically an impulse to the downside. However, we made a healthy retracement, and we're testing this descending trend line. We see it was initiated, tested, and then it's actually being tested right now. So depending on how this candle closes within the next couple of days, oh no, next month. It just started. So depending on how this candle closes, we could be seeing another push downward, but it could be a little too late for that. So that's why we're going to go into the weekly time frame. Let's see. Nothing really there. This is just going to be something predictive. If we see something like this, then we could see a push upward. Uh, but that's very predictive. So let's go to the weekly real quick, see if we see anything interesting here. Remember, if we want to take information of the current leg, we need to do a fib of the previous leg. So let's do that right now and just show you where price is currently at. And you can see it pretty accurately hit this 127 fib extension of this previous leg, which also aligned beautifully with this descending trend line. So we could see that this was respected in the past, and once again showing that Fibonacci's are in fact uh, pretty reliable if they coincide with different structure as well. So that being said, we can use this as a predictive tool for us to see the next potential drop pullback for this particular leg. So you can see we already have some consolidation at the 38% leg. So we could be seeing another push upward. However, as you guys can probably notice by now, every time we break through these counter trends, I'm just going to delete this one real quick. Every time we break through these counter trends, we see a big drop downward. So I'm just going to continually go backwards here, break through these counter trends. Or sorry, these trends, because we're actually going downward, descending trend line. So when we break through these trends, we see a big drop pretty quickly. So slow climb up, and then we see a relatively quick drop. So that's something that we could be experiencing right here as well. And maybe I should just leave those on for you guys to see, to better understand. So right now where price is currently at, it's really critical because we are coinciding with this area of structure. So what I would like to see is not only that we continue to break low these lows, but we also do something like this, just testing this area as resistance and then falling down. And we're going to be testing that as resistance on the daily and the 4-hour trend. Um, so let's take a look at that. Before I want to mark this up real quick. So this is structure, produce structure. It's going to be weekly. It's fib, 38%. 8% fib. So I want to go back to the daily real quick and kind of see what's going on here. Let's pull this back all the way to this leg down here. All right, what's more likely to occur is we're going to be seeing a push down here. If we do break this trend line, so we're just going to mark this up so you guys can better understand what I'm looking at. Here, I'll just, nope, I'll keep it here. Okay. All right, let's go back to monthly time frame real quick. That was a 78. It's a 78 right here as well. Okay. So we got several different opportunities lined up. We have three different opportunities. So for our short-term traders, our medium and long-term traders, I'll give you three different scenarios. So we'll do short-term, and we'll keep that right here. I'm going to go down to a daily and give you parameters for this one. So for our long-term traders, we're going to do something like this. To here. And then our short-term traders, we're going to do something like this. So I'll just mark this up so you guys can better understand the differences between the setups. And then I'll mark these up as well. So we'll do TP3, even though this is technically TP1 for the long-term trade. So we'll do long-term, and this is going to be 78% plus monthly structure. Then I'm just going to copy and paste that up here because same thing is going on, except it's weekly structure. Oops, actually, that's not true. It's also monthly structure, but this is going to be weekly fib, weekly leg. And we'll do midterm. And then, so here, I'll just kind of outline this. And then we'll copy and paste this once more, and this is going to be our short-term trade, and this is going to be, this is just going to be 38%. Okay, so we can start removing a lot of these excess lines that don't necessarily have a lot of value for us right now. So just want to remind you, this is why we put this right here. And let's just quickly go into the the daily time frame. So you can see we broke through here already. So what I want to do is just have a healthy close below here with, like I said, something like this, where we're getting a test and we're testing this area as resistance. If we can do that, and even if we dip down a little bit, then we come back up, we can start looking for some more moves. So maybe we can get something like this going on, some makeshift head and shoulders like this, where we kind of get a little breakout, and then ideally something like that, break the neckline, and then we can start looking for shorts on the retracement. That'd be ideal. So this is kind of what we're looking for. This is a close setup. We have to be monitoring it, and we can go into my analysis or my script that I've created to help us identify for entry zones just real quick and see if it works. So it says we're in a shorting environment already, as you can see right here. Um, so technically we could be looking for some shorts. What I would want to see ideally is since we are already in a downtrend is something like this where have our entries closer to here. And we'll put our stop for this one right here, for this one up here. Okay, I'm just gonna mute this. Delete this once more. It's kind of crowded. I don't like how crowded this looks. I'll keep it. And then one more right here. Okay, so pretty much we're looking for a retracement. We have 3 different trading opportunities based on your trading strategy. And as you can see, if we break through these trend lines, then we have a high probability of it just crashing like it's done in the past. If you look left, the charts always leave clues. We are in this descending trend line on this higher time frame, so that's showing a lot of validity. You can see it's been tested multiple times, and the fact that we break the trend line itself, the counter trend, shows that it's going to actually be uh, likely that it would fall down as well. So we want to be looking for some validation as we approach breaking this counter trend line. Once we see that is valid, we can actually start looking for some shorts because this is a pretty good setup for us. Like I said, we have 3 different opportunities here. We want to use a manual trailing stop because we are going with the trend. If we do break this counter trend line, so we could try to scrape as many pips as possible by using a strategic manual trailing stop. You guys can use automatic trailing stop as well. However, I prefer manual because it allows you to be more strategic with placing your stop so that you can get the most out of your trend. This is Japanese, or sorry, pound Japanese yen, and hopefully you guys found this useful and you guys are taking these trades seriously so you guys can get some pips as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.